and there ewie ubeko Facebook eye wuntumi 101.3 FM ewo Facebook account dodo inti ene ubeko Facebook mesro uko Facebook no wabo wuntumi 101.3 for FM no eka ho na ebie edi amount ubenya bibia live ewo Facebook inti shadows so sa mame ubeko YouTube mesro YouTube eye wuntumi TV live ewo YouTube wuntumi TV live ewo YouTube and also oboya na edo ekohodomo straight wuntumi TV live ewo YouTube and also ubetumi akodom na we follow jumedie no ayeye no hadom ene ewie well and jumedie no so enche you know it's a Tuesday afternoon. Lawyer Evans Osei Bonsu, my guest on the show this afternoon, Lawyer Evans Osei Bonsu, a private legal practitioner. And there, actually, as we always do on Tuesdays. And your uncle, Honorable Andrews Bediako, Honorable Andy Bediako, a former MCE, ewo German South municipality no emu inti ene Honorable Andrews Bediako enso ewo dwumadie so a chese ye ba beto ato adwene ensempi na wo hodoma ene ye beka ho asem inti yentietia so 10 because just about 14 or barely 15 months in office, the NDC is fast losing it. The NDC is fast losing it. Na everyone say omu descend NDC omu lose bibia fast. Na omu no mu nyahu obi to say your regional minister a man kanfo na just a man, yeah, young man. Oh yes. As it was in the beginning. Sa the beko the wie. Oh, sa and the beko. Na si say no dear me say early days. Near maybe wo honoma early days. The children ubi abe hu the smoothness level. Honorable Kennedy break wager for. Ya na Mr. Dinsen bi oka eyemede obi abeje the blood fu enti onkoso ana ma no kanfo no amwaka hene doctor amwaka hene na ye she power ukura tumia emu odeye na when you lose it ya kubisa President Mahama on si ebra okot nef ye no enka Christmas wo hwen kofo ede hampers kodifie ede senia no pankofo atwa de ho ahia no the whole President Mahama lose power in 2016 adebachi osi otu nani benkum ni fakura na the fear why di sa de wi asete entiene Dr. Frank Abuakohene omani timunya ne de he should go about parading himself said ye ya na be net omwachuro the youngest Ashanti regional minister etiye ya also we on the youngest Ashanti regional minister. You should make an impact. And then niaba na just wakwatna TikTok we say why and when you 8,000 views it yam man or you popular ha and then number 4 abamum pa na me hu so obia kutwa ode ne ho kwaku apia de enso ede abata ho ono anakola and I'm saying see say no baby a yakwa kodu yakọ so low to this extent ama just over 8,000 views ekotwa ode ne ho de abata ho and I'm say yansa on yansa huhui member sabe kan ye beka enkola akola na odie da radio and that's empo no public space no controversy sells. Yes, controversy sells. It ubeko TikTok, ubeko Facebook, ubeko YouTube. We have all kinds of personalities. Ewo na obia owo views akese bia no na just all kinds of sebe ewo kunu mu ha. Sabe man bi by na ode ne yire omo beji di se na sabe imprediasa or the eye fees toilet and then ye duane ne ho kro de ba na ono kwa ma beji di so say TikTok on dia yina o views o samo be kai a ode ne yire se omo do aduane bi de ne ma frafra ma omo ma basabi no views ono so do hu se ho no fa so enya ni sika edidi. So the fact that we views no doesn't make you sensible. I don't try wisdom. It's your uncle Swana, and no nature mebaho. Oh, mebaho. And on the actually no, mention that mabaho. The a day Kolebu Teaching Hospital overcrowding abaho. Ma a name and Ramikan way. Dr. Frank Amuakohene. And then what he did way back in 2024 under the NPP or say surprise visit elevators are saying ranking our health committee so it's your surprise visit or do they name how to make it right into your kokolebu now what could right wrongs no ewo kolebu no and then the same health minister then you're a minister adia say under the watch and now pay surprise visit no and then no dear a ye kwabna minta akando honorable one call surprise visit them so de hwan no administrators no ni omo hu sadenyo na viral video beto ho na kofu egu fom de ye momo ayare hwe sa ayare sanso a bit plastic chairs na and then no dear or kohodoma hospital administrators aye hodom kama atun safre doctor minta aka o me say doctor honorable minta akando say omra don fa nani emehwe na eba de sa na ndc for ne bloggers sani amuako hene eswa bloggers egu ka van baako no budi na chi no kwabna minta akando efa cameras edi na chi wakokolebu okohwe sana ya settings ya the white bed sheet asempa so ayi yom egu fom di nyina afri ho ene ya ye bibia kama okoy de se enie ade na hu video mu na enie o don so ko gina honom hweye na sa ade no say viral video do hwidi ko tsaye enti kolebu niema koso kama pa eno I want say doctors na expose no doctors no are expose no send your mube ye including normal administrators settings dig na settings same thing and then but who say news item a man for go through the same thing I was sentimental and then ubeshe say a year come for another teaching hospital who say a wiase no nipa doso come for another teaching hospital and then a dom egu ho na in the wisdom of President Akufo-Addo in the wisdom of a year Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia yes agenda 111 hospitals Sewa hospital just say commissioner echo so usha agenda 111 hospitals ye wie bia nkasa NDC aba betina kwanya no so empeso obde omone behwe kra and then me who say call for grant interview na say well hospital and ka ade ye wie and ka be easy yini bi and hwan no mo kasa but abai no de onhwe doctor Muako hene enhwe TikTok de here no kokai say na de hwan dey use TikTok you use it for the right then ye nkofo gu oduma esu Edward ye catch us come for anoche project a professor friends and adai eshase heal comfort no chine sa project omo shase nyina no and then this by omo to aso ana eno no de ehia Dr. Frank Abuakwene na omo beye comparison ono baye na Simon Osebensa baye that's our time makofa capitation why ya ba be so ye kon wa grant interview several times obaye no two one more e concrete say sa de no quickly e say free so e was sentiment wa mo akohe no obaye dan why galamsey na wutu and then the main kasa we enabler kokot ene wutu galamsey ni bi galamsey wutu e bia o site dey wo ji hu sika now the kokot eye dan na be catch na say da bia be ka wandal yebu a eye dan na also the no kokot no want to be anfana kokot bi because oko police station niam oko kan wo police station ho no na fe ehu atoso na ehu abo et wandal yebu a be catch na say the no kokot say we kogu hu fi adan wan kokot adan na mo akohene wan fana kokot because oko police station wo niam osa ko kan no crowd who sa branch here no oguro ne ho asembeto asam kese pa na beto da bia be kasa asem we so sa settings din ye man won ye fan to baby see say go for the go hospital like form and omugu beds edi ho under this current administration a mo kire say omo ne nim bibia wow and abedwafo atena say ye kakra ye beko ye nsem de enyina eso na ene soul source Suleiman Brahima efreno factory soul source factory isi a obia be hu Emilia Hard Castle se be Prado bi ne niema bi ono so ato wo petroleum commission ho ene die jayo ise no die randiabe oba no jigum Prado Emilia Hard Castle mo kai no one hwan po na kokon wo parliament we another player and they no so Prado V8 jai omo jigum sa I said yeah tomatoes gum na governs Kwame Agbuja ye ba be free power 2024 hwede na omo kira wo branch bi dwafie so omo na one majority and your back obey the hufi and the adwuma ahye wonsa the omo condemn ye way back in opposition and then omo times 10 na ebre bit me and the minority no aye press conference na press conference omo ye no omo akasa ediafa soul source no ho na nsem omo di tu dwa no I wouldn't want to go so much into it na me mabija for the emblem but omo no briefly contract no omo kire se enkade no empo no waya esenko advertising na omo ema benchmark for a year ekwanya empo ye ne sika ya na edaso say bibi to say bitumen surface road 1 kilometer no obo kire so obo nim say benchmark no say cost between $400,000 to $650,000 a be a surface dressing roads I don't know a cost between $600,000 to $800,000 single carriage asphaltic overlays between $1.2 billion to $1.8 million per kilometer. It's almost just say, omo publishers had ye na omo no etubi edi atoto say inflation be abema and as omo inflate contracts na omo no etumi ehu. Ye ka sole sourcing, yes, sole sourcing wo ho, restrictive tendering wo ho, and open tendering so wo ho no. But a buy way by you know. Wo Ministry of Roads and Highways yes, within 7 months, 7 months, sole sourcing contracts in Kwano, 73 billion cedis. A whopping 73 billion cedis within 7 months. I don't know, friends and families. Or share Nadamfo, a Busiafo, and your more ban wono, and ye kukuloni at trouble, Jiwe. And then NDC air catch there and say, Adiano, about a quackways emergency, no. Akwakoye emergency ena aba enti ese omo eye ne sa na omo ka se ye corner mo ye no open tendering na je se ase economic ne be delay ha then na MPP dia no de na chese eno no de na bibia sa edi ho ena na mu na mudi bi yansa eda mu be ka kire aba ba explain ena ma kwame agboja e wo brahye bi dwafie ha jai kasa emwa kasa no pa jai na nsam na wo ka no yempekra na yetie why your sole source na na say your sole source also 44% pen why sole source no 44% Ghana for more than 44% of what sole source major 44% that is why but enrado mo manifesto creation some of the mo ba sa de no kra de mo nko NDC manifesto creation and then mo be chine won the MPP de no ni nchire mu MPP de no ntumi nchire de nsemu and that's no chire mu na mo mpesa mu betie enti and then we can go on and on and on but make a cra make no mpanifo ewa ha memmo akwaba na yewura ensaba room ti ye beka no na yaka eye hospital de no be hu se eye ene wo hwe news portals na Ibrahim Mahama and they demand almost every newspaper be na no pay na no so ehu ensem ewum re-registration of SIM cards NDC for mumpa de hey the mokai be a reverse Sam George also ye re-registration of SIM cards and the ben aba ene osana de ye kwachire dai no person ohu dai na ekoso ewo hono enti ene all this and more ye bedi ho enkomo mafidie no enna ha se ya member lawyer akwaba na member honorable Andy Bedi Akonso akwaba omo atnase
yo makeke ya joso na ya chia watiefo no ahwefo
omo gina eje so
na so be ba nsem no
omo gina eje so honorable
ofake
da
yetim baby yetima o yanko
ye o
amanfo se nti se amanfo ka se ya na ye wom sa nti ye bechia otiefo na wona ehwe nyina
etiefo
ye tinya nti ye de nyanwa acheso a ebe yi nso baby aye we de minim se ebe yi de ekue a obi ehun se o man no de nkofo ka che enye no mo de ye adwuma no I hope say Ghana for ehwe na Ghana for nimde eko enti obi anka na koma entene yam mo obi ankodi voodoo post bi achi post wa more divert attention ya na mo visa omo ye smart sin obi a omo se aban no ne ho akire no pe na omo akoto ade abetum na attention na ko woni se wonu am se ntwerofo ezure bi wo eno ana on se 78 million no ba ko na asan ya na ye di new one aba ha nti omunya saa na wo be mu se obia koko asem se on se o ma to atwe na yakofa musa dankwa post or the divert attention keke na o ya no de be jo se Ashanti region de MPP na gukura na wona ma no biza on se na hefa na ya no mo nante o mu hu sa de no mo de research
na ye musa dankwa de tumbe be ka kire se ofori kro ma NDC be wi ni wo ma MPP ya lusu
na se wonim se koko ya tusu yo ye research o se ekuafo na ya te o mu koko so mo ni age ono kwa de TV opose o se ekuafo na oro na oje 3600 no ya ne ya man haircut a wa 2500 ni age bi se o se dodo no anu ye akrachefo o mu akusku nti o mu nim ade papa na ekuafo no se value chain no nya koko ekuafo no kwa na ade na affect o mu the laborers na wo wa fu mu o mu ye adwuma no omo ade no kra affect omo more than the cocoa farmers no omo cocoa dey omo dia se keke wonim se cocoa no se kuani ni o de ma wo a wo ye pani no a wo hweso no wote a ye chemu miensa ndi ye chemu miensa kuani no de 1 e na wo libra no so de 1 ndi se ye 3 bags ya kuani no be fa 2 na wo libra no wa fa 1 enti se no kuani no 2 no ne nsankan e na libra no so 1 no ne nsankan wo si sa libra no ne kuafo nyina mu nyina ani age Musa Danko.
Hey, concept man.
What the divert attention. Na de baba jama de ye no ayawa so east we huna na. O hu sa TV na ba ye fe baba jama. Ayo. Sa TV no. Da bi mo de we so che no. That TV 32 inches.
He says that TV a Friday, Baba Jama.
Say,
ya to the day.
Baba Jama say no or the chire Musa Dankwa say, also kura Musa.
TV I suppose. Lawyer.
Makeke. Senior Kakoko de made them a call so sourcing no asem straight up because I'm ready ho and I have discussions be brave. Ya na me bisa se keke inside mo nsam twerofo no moto mo bubu sa se na dia kura ni so sourcing and na dia kura so ne single sourcing because say omienu so sourcing is different from single sourcing. And also na
so sourcing be single sourcing because minimum of restrictive a year minimum say and maybe about of a year open
yes yeah also was single sourcing and so but it is different from so sourcing but one say a procurement many expect procurement but the common layman's point of view how beka e de be ma no bon say so sourcing is a procurement method used when only one supplier can provide a unique product, patented item or specialized service, making competition impossible. It won't say any pabako any so sourcing, single sourcing no. Single sourcing. Conversely, single sourcing is a strategic decision to buy from only one supplier, even though other potential vendors exist. Mami repeat it. Conversely, opposite side. Single sourcing is a strategic decision to buy from only one supplier, even though other potential vendors exist.
All right. It's in our case, no. So sourcing. And you send this for difference. Restrictive.
Yes, tendering.
I don't know.
Yes,
it's single sourcing. Not yet.
It is the question I was so bizarre when I say I didn't cry no more so sourcing and no quantity no more because I a quine a year and any pabako petest to say coffee job unquani equine. On question I may be sano say hospital best now auto at the hospital various hospitals say maybe I would they call Confanoche or they call Lebu and I will supply logistics at the Amauma and any pabako penny binyasa product in the Amawo. It when you are dealing with so source now, it means that anybody providing unique services, unique products, patented. I will say item no kwani will be and no answer wakosa so sourcing. That person no kwani bit me provide this product and I say that commodity ne the amao. And reason being tina ebrebi so call for so sourcing. There are advantages and disadvantages because also so sourcing now they bar can who say and I'm say one person pet and I wouldn't need dealing na say ni panon kwana wo product ni biniti na there are other customers and I say other suppliers are omuni system no anything Emma would deal with one person and this other suppliers in this system no dia na just say ni panon kwana timi supply money ye services now wo hwehwe. And when it happens like that say ni panon fast idea na my idea then shortage ebetimi aba. It is a Kobase hospital logistics and or deba hospital. Say bibi say Confanoche or the bed ne niema ne adia de bobom panie ne niema ne niema e de gugu funu ho ne ade na de ba ono nko ani nipa obi a wo supply. It is unfair be my idea. Nature say hospital bed no ehun betimi ayede aye shortage ye nya bi. Ente be many pa akoso. But when other vendors and I say other suppliers e wo market there, why should you go in for so sourcing?
That's why you have to go for competitive
what bidding. Thank you, honorable.
That's our assembly.
That is why I was so called for competitive what bidding. Tina ama abino senya yencheni create, loot and share. Tina okosa so sourcing. And
then the press conference no or say economic situation no. Baby to say of call roots or kind of call no and is it a year bo roots few roots be or just say economic you know because almost strictly by a yina not just a hard
was already
under contract Keke adia mema meka so source na mama John Paul baby mo His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ni oye no ho me say e create loot and share. kwaya offer so daman mining site ye beba ho de unim say ebra goldfields ye gi say aban renew license emfa ma omu biem e mo mu ntu sa daman mining site no gold na wo ho no ekoba say na afi smooth transition into no na wo say dey 1 year sa ka wo mo ho which is not contract in the April 2025 and government extended no minister and extended call 2026 which is 18th April 2026 and the start 2026 we no onya yemfa meto parliament kudanim but on sense she yegu akwema ye de dama mining site ya opeso de mani nua Ibrahim Mahama
abesande wa yi release bi achebe ma na kwa be
so na woni se tax that no ko mo reduce tax ne de aba 1%
afi na opeso de ko
what ahu
it's ma sande wa yi bi achebe no ba so ba ye concentrate on way
so na
ma men kai bi maybe it can help all of us
very well
and the minister that you know e bi am years keke me to me nkodi nyina but also the minister for roads and highways Kwame Governance Abuja has firmly rejected claims that the government's flagship Big Push infrastructure program is driven by sole sourcing, describing such assertions as mischievous and inconsistent with the facts presented to Parliament. Delivering an update to Parliament on Tuesday, March 24th, the minister stated unequivocally that all contracts under the Big Push program have been awarded in strict compliance with the Public Procurement Act and its regulations. He stressed that procurement processes remain transparent with full contractual details. The minister revealed that, contrary to claims of widespread sole sourcing, only 44% of major contracts, including those under the Big Push, were awarded through sole sourcing, while over 400 contracts have been procured through an open competitive tendering. I had a now reason now be said. It is therefore misleading for any right-thinking person to conclude that the ministry only relies on sole sourcing. He told the House. Okay. He explained that given the scale and urgency of addressing Ghana's deteriorated road network, lawyer answered me, a mix of procurement methods was deliberately adopted within the bounds of the law to accelerate delivery and prevent cost escalations. According to him, strict adherence to lengthy procurement processes would have significantly delayed critical projects and worsened economic hardship. A trouble called the Canadiaka, a bit delayed. The minister further clarified that 23. Okay, it goes on. It's your choice and come corner, pampe, way, way, and no sooner come that's the mind, and member, and no sooner marking kind. It's your choice and call corner, say you be a bunda, after no beyond the documents, no crowd the baba, and can be delayed. It's here. Nebusuania na beje
keke
madam fu beje anu atoabo
enti keke delay ben na chance sabre nipa ebo pe so ewo Konfanochi teaching hospital nipa ebo pe so ewo Kwalebu teaching hospital na nipa ho kire wo mo delay ben na chance ade mami musa sa 44% na or say or they call for sole sourcing. What is the evidence to show? It's a fallacious statement, a fallacy of hasty conclusion, a fallacy of hasty generalization. A fallacious statement. Parliament, at the end of the 2 women who is 44% no they call for sole sourcing. Because sole sourcing a kobasa na nipa na diamando or your only supplier. And there is a high dependency on the supplier. What you say? It do depend because one of the disadvantages is this can run the risk of lower supply quality. Because any panel will depend on sole sourcing. And also we said there is a risk of what? Less buyer supply cooperation and high levels of dependency on the supplier. And the 44% na hine kwa ya analyze ya you say 44% no the ama sole sourcing. It's a fallacious statement. And Tina Maker say minister be making statement be say ya na mintimi hu de wa ye the national constitution no esichire. And once we abeka na fala na oko. Obi enu obe question te say so na president abetena ho no I can't say mama creating 1 million jobs because president was briefed by the minister. I said oba no creating jobs of 500 and I say 1 million jobs. Edu so na say ye bad be debate wo ho parliament a president ne nti obi. Oko. Eti dia mo kan nyina opa no woti opa wontie. Eti ewi a president ni ho na yabusa no question say ete say the UK no ne ade obum say president ne te ho. Na obum say so na oba be kan na afi ministers no start members of parliament na start busa question no wa answer ebi na minister yi ete say the president wa be kan wi na okọ it will be anya president na with all due respect, I mean no disrespect to the president has to be there so na no wi no na wa busa say ehine fa na create 1 million job no answer and no be man minister na ya accountable to the president. I mean we say say me try minister antro ti me dia na say metima trotro say ma create 1 million jobs na me ma president no abeka so na oka wi a no ane abage no so ye na okọ na Ghana for ho kire wo mo ebi na minister yi kai so 44% ana ode ma so de aka nyina na opentem na oye no bibia papa e de na chese sa 44% ne kra no e ko so na did you weigh the pros and the cons, that is the advantages and the disadvantages before answer na award 44% na say me a member of parliament na me te me MP te honum bia there are series of questions and kamebusa no evidence is the game into evidence
but who say and the minority no a press conference omo and so ensemble can say 50 contracts under a big push program ombra no mo embechre sa 50 billion I think it's a budget a 50 billion allocated ombra no mbechre no mo publishes
absolutely KK absolutely because they are
inflated the ibia bema na say ibia
absolutely yes absolutely and because on say nipa na be kan tra na me de toto so na no oka wi na okọ president ye debate ni nyina opa na oti argument or parliament opa obetimi adum ne radio ana say won ka amukura say momfam sebe excuse me I mean momfam nsam emfiri me so me ntie hwe because oba also create 1 million job na me na bia ote ba bia otie radio no obeka ne say ampo president Mahama create 1 million jobs because so na no de abetudwa na etum futuro agu obi ani no akoto aba e na minister
say ade yen hwede say na yen ye de tietia eno a momo kire say so se enya de papa enya de papa and the NPP
ti ade na de 44%
manifesto mo de ahyebo and the question is ade na mo de mo ba ya
what the 44%? What the 44%? Because so source now okay no. You cannot ultimately erase in kase the entire so sourcing in nya the papa because there are pros and cons of what so sourcing. Ubenya advantages and disadvantages. However, ebia mu way advantages and disadvantages of so sourcing no. Ana mo manifesto mo de be say mo say mo de mo wini a mo nko so sourcing because ebia disadvantages na outweighs the advantages and for that matter more winia more so sourcing e dey na change a narrative na sansesan after the award 44% e dey so sourcing after the advantages na abe those one change disadvantages ninti ana and ninti na after the other 44% so sourcing. These are questions to be interrogated and when the question I will see ebusa enti nipa no wafiri manifesto based on the manifesto enso ne yakoto abade maawo ema waba bidi wo man so enti Ghana fo nyina ehwe because when ne ma minority was so exposed government me ehunu say President Mahama on sign dada President Mahama na eno anu asan de aba with all due respect I mean no disrespect to His Excellency the President dada na President Mahama de quiet enu nti no ebra no olusu no obeka say Ghana for some olusu be over be 1 million votes no eba san na Ghana for bia fa praye no mo pra na chi say onko but ye hunu de ye ya osan de sa manifesto we be dada Ghana for and over 1.7 million people esa akoto abade President Mahama ba but me Ghana for to say President Mahama on sign but the President Mahama dada no anu asan de aba because untimi me deceive with the good people of Ghana emfa manifesto emma chese so sourcing you are doing away with it now if you do akofa 44% allocated the so sourcing. Did you weigh the advantages and the disadvantages? And now, at the end, now match the good people of Ghana where that the ama narrative nasasa. Say be after the abehu say sama ye kan ye efa the previous government na ye Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia na na Akufo-Addo amemu no. Samre no ye nhwe ni ye na emom so sourcing ye hu advantages no outweigh disadvantage. And na me say so sourcing no. E bia de ma omugina so kan ya at that time. Omo can so mo ba omo nyane kire say one it is only one supplier now depend and that supplier is knowledgeable on the only commodity or product or best supply and for that matter you need other vendors
but you rightly said sole sourcing
yes
and yeah the money
yes
but this if one member by yeah the money woman
absolutely so they dwell very much on the disadvantages of what sole sourcing at the time and no more opposition and on the cassette MPP and I say so Omabano they are now dwelling on the advantages of sole sourcing. But when you are doing that, and I was so over out to explain to the good people of Ghana, say one a beer, the man can say at that time, no, me will say a be advantages na minya nisa. Name my friend, me will say man shini ye. Name me cause so sourcing because me will say the advantages better also much and disadvantage. Either than that. And then I mean, no one has also allocated 44%, and that 44% in the what is the evidence to show? It's a fallacious statement, error, fallacy of what? Hasty conclusion. And hasty generalization. Or by an or just 44%. Because will be 50 ya no account 44%. Data be now or say 44% on our ward. On one and be a calculation my own of 50 or say 44%. And was so approval. It will just almost deceive the good people of Ghana. And then some ya baby commodia me mount rubber becabi. Uba say and near ma. A year who in Ghana hanging out as His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Now, Memoni create, loot, and share. In this also says no, the entire Makofa 44% no. Omo one crofo woman memuanumua. Omo peso ye and rich myself. In this uncrophone, omo patch Ghana for so one knowledge. Knowledgeable people. Omonkwa ne patent right. Omonkwa ne dealing with that product or beyond delivery. And this akwa here omonkwa ne betime ye. Say your hospital bills near supplier. Omonkwa ne betime logistics. Omonkwa ne betime supply. Ye ni other vendors omo system numa. Betime a supply biyama. Ya anko single sourcing by ya kono sole sourcing. And this ade ne de bo abai na chi no. Ye de bo na chi ebohunu. Ne mo afi ne pese ye nkro for benefit. Enti e basa ne de tender no ayini nyina akoma wo mo. Ya de ma yankro na na ma o man rechi wo mo na sikaba and they say se kwalebu nya best ma enipa na so de a na che se nipa ni create shortage say de be ma ne demand no aye high and the demand na aye high de na de sika kese na de ma no na o ma rencho de so they are creating looting and sharing.
That's about lawyer Evans Osei Bonsu na so source den sema ye kan yeguso ye sisubio enwa NDC eye dede ewo ho senya de pa na ade NPP eye no ye kire ya sebu bia NDC ye ntiase ene omo eye chensa me ne omo ba be kire omo ensem na ade Fourth Estate Suleiman Brahima edi animu enomo abe hwenyamu da ebi bisa say na Suleiman Brahima so no is sympathetic to a year the cause of the NDC hold here so is sympathetic me dim the cause wa ene otiam na press conference roads minister beye uko Suleiman Brahima the wall Facebook wall wa tro be bro beye du na time just to depend and then access several doors but Suleiman Brahima just the bufu afu no maybe I can okay. Yeah, member honorable Sona Abia honorable Kabe Mamu SSs of a year near watchro maybe a minute I'll crave your indulgence. Or say, is this the value for money? Let's start with just a very small one. Awarded and even restricted tender. Upgrading of Apegusu Mpakadan Feeder Road. Signed on November 25th, 2025. This contract is for surface dressing, or as we call it, sapete. Road length 9 kilometers. Contract sum 146,511,649 cedis. Cost per kilometer. I don't know, 16.27 million. That's $1.47 million. Contractor. Build Managers Limited. What is even mind-blowing is how they arrived at the contract sum. A whopping 37.5 million is allocated as maintenance of Department of Feeder Roads Headquarters. Maintenance not construction of a new office. And guess what? This is not the only contract with allocation for maintenance of the same office. And Odiaba, stay tuned. Hey! And this for 1 year 7 months, 81 contracts, 73 billion Ghana cedis. One must say, enye, na mo ba be ye di ye, and this for munim siket ye monster ma. Honorable, memra swear.
Keke. Ay liman o se me junjun Ghana patrusem no. Ya se liman na wa kona wa yedi na wo se ay oluma na dia na o se me junjun Ghana patrusem ho. Ya junjun Ghana ay contract ho. You see keke dru bi a young politicians we need to be very careful. Ya nya very careful and ama Africa. Ya no bu se na soja for no afa chi na omo ye nema enye no. Because the NDC 4 years is here, and say, Omo succeed as scam everybody in the country. And I'm actually Brahman Nibuafuno. Omo scam ubia, including Asofo, including Nanamo, including Chese. And Yama Omo can opposition now, Omo Penti, Omo what he said, Omo Srabofono. They are doing exactly the opposite. And so in no keke, ye Procurement Act, no, and Ramakwai. And Kenya criminal activity, and ya dear Constitution, and I say Procurement Act, no 8 years I don't per se. But they painted the picture as if say MP4A issue so sourcing as one of the methods of procurement there. Not just a Kufuadu na pamfu na ya kromfo no mu ya Ghana sika. Ya no mo kan na Ghana fo nyina ate o mo asese. Adenti lawyer can enema no bebre about kwai fa so a ye ma contract under so sourcing ne restrictive tender ne de keka ho nyina. What him say keke one of the principles and I say the idea ye so source and as a single source and say I don't know the emergency aspect of it. Say when you address na lawyer ke when you see a always say no bi na kwakwadwe menu covid buy a ogina so a wo de kokra enuro buy a ndc for train abo e wo man mu. But covid no buy no enuro kwa na wo pebi ato e wo world market ya na wunya. Enti ase omo dikan e deposit ye sika se be omo ye nronu a ye nsa betumi aka ye de just to save lives. But NDC for said that the likes of Sami Jamfimo okuje to abrakwamo the president himself omo ka se so source na ye procurement method a enti amra bia MPP aban no de ye adwuma no de ki se koro no nko na ombo oman no e no mo ka de to Ghana fo nyina ti we na Ghana fo edi achi no mokoto aba because ojo mo manifesto room they stated it clearly say omo de so source no just say edruba bi a critical period pa nya sa omo nyusu so source e wo my way na sabi o ka frache keke road construction emergency ne dey road construction and na de e ka ho biem ni say na lawyer ken e bia contractors no mo ho nyina ba ko pe na betimi aye sa adwuma na ye de ma no enti e no mra ma kwan se obetumi aselect sa contractor no na ode adwuma na ma no gold board for Sami Jamfia okopenti dan okotete ntentan na yi a openti wi a Bank of Ghana for edan na omutim ya omutum 2 years my 1 year my Bank of Ghana wo enye gold Bank of Ghana yesika nyina ho na ewo edan ya omu free ma Sami Jamfia gold board a say okwa akotena mu a ode na adwumafo akokotrem no okọ renovate dan okopenti otete ntentan penti ya 11 million Ghana cedis through restricted tendering. Omoko peke na nipa amode man no hwe senka kufu ado time enanka asenso boachi ana oye ne deputy chief of staff ana ginapo no ye deputy chief of staff na yesi ye ma contract bi obabi na sankofo miuni yakofa contract no de amomo keke nka oni ma asema nke besi o ma we wo deputy director ya mekwa se ukọ amamuo no e wo ho nyina no ona ye deputy ye fe se HR manager human resource manager on the chief of staff Standogwe deputy chief of staff motam contract na mode man no mama obi ambedi bi o ono kwa na mode na mode man 11 million na omo fi so omo nim nyansa aburo so ntino painting no amo yere nko ano ni sika e different 11 million television te se mode ye bo ha ya anase omo se ye 8 inch eno nko ano 800,000 Ghana cedis 8 billion titisika television omu wi na omu say nkonwa single no eno so 4 billion ena omu chiche ma omu ho ena omu supply eno the same procurement processes here omu fa so eno na omu fa so omu contract no ma no nanka edan aye ko penti so ni emergency ne de enti Bank of Ghana for say nyese enka yesi sa new building Akufo Addo asi the bank square e de amomo a se nkomo da so te Bank of Ghana dan mo mo ye adwuma enti dia na asesa ho mutu ya samija fi ko esa renovation no eni e na wo kan amanfo wo kon Ghana Petroleum Commissioner VAT ahoro ya omo ato ya ni nyina no Toyota Ghana because VAT no sa cars na moto nye Toyota fo nkwa na wo bi ye wo other companies amoso wo VAT no mbetumi ato bi efro but omo cars omo to nyina Toyota nkwa Toyota company meaning say bibi asesa wo niam bi akoso wo e na omo de adwuma nyina ma omo wokọ ha wemu na omo akotoka train wokọ ha wemu akotoka train emu pickup randia be man ho so 140 vehicles e na okotoka okoko board na omo agunu no e na akuafo na nwura no omo bre na nkrofo we nsema omo kan ye no me da bia me ka say I don't expect anything big from the NDC. I will always judge them by whatever they said in opposition. Wo do omo court litmus text no so a na omo afeli ba kokura ni omo pass wo ko omo afeli ye kwa ye kwa na wo kan Ofanko road asem na wo say niam omo ye no nkasa be se na be chichiro mu wo ko select Ofanko road no ene ayi ye friend say Dodowa road ene ayi how do you call it Cape Coast road no usi wa ne de na ye de ama contract miwa mo say mo na mo ye sa akwan no ye Akufo Addo aban na ye wa hu wi ase de sidie mu ye no afiri matem ho wa hu se de afidie na ache wo se wi ase adwemmɔ ne ba akurama e no to wom na the NDC for no Ghana for nyina mu the kind of people we are dealing with because you catch them say no yake John Mahama no on say o ni bufu say ye to abati an tantan sa enti bo say olusu elections nyina da bi o kasa na bufu woni mu so he is coming back to pay us back. That's exactly what he is doing. What na pamfo na de omo ye nyina e na da my good omo dika ji Azuma resort e de ama ni nua Ibrahim Mahama omo ekofa da man de aka no afi ye bom ja no minister no ada ne ho ase cultural letter say afei de
na letter ba kai ba stressa
na woni say de
na we ya move on to that again
this omo de ama no we set
na woni ma de a omo ye that my good no woni ade a ehu ne say
woni ba ye
DSL tax na na etua no parliament march ya 2026 omo do so nto ma shada ko reduce tax ni fi 3% aba 1%.
Ba ye wie na bi wi aba
enti ni na settings nkwa enti aban we settings government eniema omo kan opposition nyina they are doing exactly the opposite nanka sa akwan ya ye akwan you see o say akwan no editorate enti se ye kase ye ko procurement ye ko full length a sami jamfi defense ya obo ne no ye kase ye ko full length a amanfo accident yesisi ena nkrofo de kwan na enye no ena nkrofo ewiewia am robbery cost no de kan na say what these guys omovize nyina na sabi okafrache ye nimu nyansa na school ye nyina na ye ko yo keke se wonim se akwan a accident si so e wo Ghana ha e man nkrofo hu kese pa wo Ghana ha e kwan be ya nya akra Kumasi road na Akufo Addo ye interchanges ya ye diversion road diversions be sensia some places 80% 70% ya wi baby a enko kra na 50 something percent enka wutumi wie we nyina nka Kumasi road yi sesi ya free Ofanko eba bedru nanka ebo ye wie Ofanko de na eba bedru ayi fense Linda door nanka ye nya ho kama na e free Linda door so o so diversion bi wo ho na ye twa nyina magu na watra nyina ma ya bedru nkoko nanka wapi wo ho na o free won so a wabetu Kufo de a wo ye ne won nkoko ye no so ye double road ananya sanete je no ho a wo ba wani nkaka bia ye konongo na wo hoi konongo so diversion bi wo ho nanka de aka nyina se utra konongo bedru adwo so wi a adwo so wakuma se ye double road Kufo na ye enti nkade na aka bi road nkade na aka kakra bi nanka ye nya double no wo se me kwa akoye ayi expressway no besi nne se sika sai na ye de ye compare be na mo se mo select visibility studies be na mo ye environmental protection agency for omojuma be no mo environmental impact assessment be na mo ye compensation be na mo ye e wo sa akwa na mo temo be no besi na obi anim ho hwe eno say president woko gina parliament a the 2026 budget na aban no ayedi aba parliament no sa Kumasi express one enim
right and it says by no obviously no allocation
yeah so what is it settings government what from na me president no me tie na it said there I say or that's why wo ye campaign
na ka recruitment today yeah say on be 5,000 oh buy yeah
we ban ko 10,000 me wa budget na the call parliament no 5,000 na wom in this 10,000 oh me say on sesan you John sesan 40,000 we need say for 4 years me wa over 3 years what ka 1 year nti wa nya smart ya say me catch us on oh smart you
o shoda hit do free
aba ati me den kokko 750
o shoda hit free aba kokko come hit ba but you kasika so boy o be share ya pa juma
ya policy carry 11 billion Ghana cedis so far we release 4 billion nti di omo aka no musika de hoye ena kuafo esu enso obo se yetu omoka enti ye be sre NDC for se o man no ye no opposition ye ka ho na ma o man gina se oni omo kasa mo se mo nka ma no ntum ye bom jada ma enye na se mo de contendering na mo nkwa na motewa nkasa be mo mfa ma Ibrahim ye nim se mo de be ma no de nanso ye ma transparency mram ni nyina ehunu se so ono nkwa na kwa akobede a na onwene a fair enough
problem
o da obi da be fa kura da o ye den ya de hubom de hubebom
na se wonim se na se bin ras ye organ se wonim se ye omo dia omo afani nyina wa kwaje dam ye fence azuma de no red voter enu gold ye ho nyina omo dia se omo ji we ya na omo kwaje plane ba ko 70 million
ade brand na offer no
ena omo de ye jo na omo se omo de ba ko omo se omo de ma se emergency ba na me ba bi amiti emergency ba me de nya play bi afro you see enti so no offer nka nya bone na nkofu omo adwen se eno na ye strategy a omo betumi de empower omo nkrofo enti wo hwe contractors yo omo aselete omo nyina ye nkrofo a omo fi so omo na bo omo ma omo be nwe na power omo na tuetue ska omo so let's give them na yemfa mo omo se be ya omo betumi asen aboa ye biem be Ghana for kasa omo betu a opa we pusagra ombe pamo and I know for sure say niamba mo ye e maburu no amo se mo anje omo amusa danko ato say gensis nyina call NDC ne no he doesn't know what he's talking about what promising maburu no 133 job adwuma ba ko nipa miensa 3 shift beti ne ba ko kra wo secretariat na wo create here for saa yi nkra no ono pon 5 o'clock oko 1 shift na wo betra se aka kire se wo be fa maburu wa adwuma omo koto forms no hwede ye wo de aye omo unim se wo betimi afa nipa 5,000 na wako bie adeno say even na age limit na 25 no why increase the 10 account the 35 na wo yes ana unim se nkrofo do be apply ena abu akam so sika monya na more than 200 and something million Ghana cedis afiri maburu no a wa mo adwuma ho afiri na musu osi yakobiem for 4 years yemfa nipa 40,000 na wo yes adena amamuo ena meka se young politicians you are very careful e bedru babi no e man nkrofo bi opportunity na omo di justify ne ma yes omo ye yempese e beko ho babi ya yadru Ghana sisi ya no but nkofo actions and inactions no emwa mamuo because when we say internet nti ensama omo kan opposition enne ni nyina ho ne ma bi wa wuti o say enti nkofo kan sem wo nyina na nya no bi ne se John Mahama se koko akufu ado ne na aban no omo trimu dinti omo bunue wo Ghana nyina nti koko no awia boso nti oba obetu boho ewo koko afu obiam na o the polytank yasiso na the host asoso na obi ade egu ni koko so
one boho
we say oka na nko so koko fa bi ebetu boho na boho no utu do say obi koko ono se 50 acres araya sara ye bi say wo hema ebesi na ye hu ba bi koko no na mini utu ba ko ho a na the polytank wo dey see him fa na the host no so a wo dey kogu koko be so enso wo nyina John Mahama kan Ghana man crofo gidi die e na o mo dey ato aba ma no enti Ghana for So source we are more and say they want to enrich themselves. And your uncle for said a lawyer can create loot and say
family and friends.
Yeah, now the TN say or mo yes and my winning. Mona Mudia Chira Moye Chobo, Winya will come net do. Who's with the Chile? And no more rich or more. Enti yenina me ani now. Na the omo kan wo position no mo yes and my way. Mere me kasi Nyankopon e hwe omo. Na wo yes adi we are the bidi no wo be answer. Because even contract, sika no ede da so no. Okay, enye sika ketwa o. Enye sika ketwa o. Say most inflation abafo ananya sara mo ka.
Na ye bi na Suleiman actually be sapete ne ho kro the bad dey. Ye guso gwa.
I'm telling you, inflation abafo.
Sika di we di tuati.
Most na kwa de na ede ye. Nye ayi cement mu na ede kom. Cement mo se ne abafom. Inflation abafom. Narwa abafom. Iron rods abafom. Enti adenti na contract no ni sika no so che ne tama na sa anema no wo so no. That is why I don't get it. Se kilometer ba ko na ye time no mo ye 400 no ena mo de ko 800. Enema no so nyina ba fom. Enti se nkasa abri nka cost no ba fom. Ana bitume ne na akoso. Ayi quota no e de gusuro na akoso ana asese. Ana de here. Because cement a play major component e road construction. Ana reboa. Iron rods e play major road e wo ho. Na sa ne ma wo ye major ayi no ni nyina aba fom a adenti na contract na se ekosoro na nya kwa nipa bone afa so opese ogiska gu ni botuma enka se nka contract nka eba fom enso da do opese omo ya na se ye hwe omo na omo se ye nka ya no ntum na omo piska ngu omo botum omo kwotena fi me se niema na nkrofo ye nyina na se ade se na eye anibre ana se kom ena na ade omo nti yembra na yembedidi nti ombe hu ye no omo de omo nsam yenu nyafu ena ubi efom bi na omo mrebe so omo di gold board ewia o my way omo mrebe so omo di road come here go da bia me kase lawyer he president Mahama wuri ndi oye obi bia na oti opposition a o sector bia wona na wo kasa wo ho na wo wano ede no oba ya no wakoye o minister wo ho ndi o se koye mayehwe o tam jina po eno no ko energy nyona na o ka energy asebobere oba ya na containers yirae containers ye di akire containers nde ho asem ko jise de omo se ayira wo tema habo no omo ye ya no so omo be hu bi okuma ase ha ayi omo ya mo so omo ko hu containers bi wo takorade ene wo he nkofo e de timichi containers omo se one allergy or the gold ene ayi e friend
then I say ba ko na say lawyer dey bi no be ye de so omo achi cocaine hwa bi water man put them na eno omo na akokana
me say na o ka say na omo ka say omo say
why so lawyer you know okumasi a
omo bari ma twim
yeah twim
bari ma
omo ye de say cocaine na cocaine di na mo na akokana ya ntifi
na no ye nye na omo ka say ayi businessman bi e de ayi o de ayi friends aduane ko abruchiri na omo akochi na ayi airport besi na say businessman no we
meka hwe ana makwaje
settings nkwa settings nkwa one legend you say go makwache kan me omu bia na GTV pa na kokova yo gold ni sika kokko ne but
don't ba ya I'm
telling you
the high campus and
communication what no no dey hopa just am George jata or transfer Savon Academy SIM card here register and wo see him some registration Sam George
ya baba so
to foreign affairs was say on na ye alupre wo wi ase nyina on na oni ne cost oba na etam ne de ko foreign affairs o ko ho nyuma be na we no ho enti jomama shed that no this anko enti say want to me approve ho na say o you free wa to me blemu no biem enti settings no de no no muguso o mo ye be Ghana for adwirimu da ho ye ni da ho
be na say but na kwa me we dey be slow but the JM video be said you see wadaroma baby ntie so
rare exception rather than the single source procurement must be the rare exception rather than the norm. We must also subject government projects above a certain threshold to value for money audits. And just this morning I was reviewing some of the procurement reports, and there was this procurement for poultry farmers, 10,000 units of something, and it was single source. The reason for single source was urgency, and one company was giving the contract to supply 10,000 units of whatever it was. The supplier and the person who assembles it was not allowed to bid. And so the company that won it went to the supplier, bought the items for 4,500 and came and sold them for 6,600 to government and walked away with 21 million cedis on that supply. I mean, how can you do this? I mean, it was our own company we're running. How would we do a thing like this? But that is government bleeding. Everybody cutting their pound of flesh. That must stop. Single source procurement must be the rare exception rather than the norm. We must also subject government projects above a certain threshold to value for money audits. And just this morning I was reviewing some of the procurement report.
Now, a brow Nkansah some way majority leader. I say, why soul sourcing is dead. What demonizes soul sourcing? And then you are doing worse. You are doing worse. Ghana, you know, yeah, no, President Mahama really suits. And then, what is President Mahama saying to all this? Ghana for you are the best judges or better judges. The can be but young quiet me come ma me ba lawyer in China Fabia Yako a my dear but minority also for your information almost a press conference man measure say be video na Swami interchange obo kan ho asaba Krakuma say expressway na honorable kan mo kan ni na ho asam na Swami interchange no 4th year to a year 3rd year no and no so no almost entiase because 2022 Parliament approved a loan agreement of 156.4 million euros. Say yen fine year 4th year, yanka say the year 3rd year. And dear Parliament approved a loan agreement of 156.4 million euros. No, just a BBI settled. No, over the year 47 million from Dutch Bank and Afrexim bank account. Said also count. And to Swami interchange the other year settled. At day and a dear year approval as the can BBI ready and then a buy as a funded constraint or better so about 3rd tier minority no say and yajuma yentiase it ya don't know the government Kwame Abuja Sikano abay 2022 omo approve BBI dada wamu betu futrobia enguyede I don't know so ene omo eka wansa omo can drip machines so asem ene ensem ahodona balaya memra so
yeah
we'll take back the mind and but we say kata ba na nti ada so called registration
and then that mind the ni na make us
okay
say keke mamini kan en comment about Kwame Agboja sa yes Swami interchange on person be ni 3 year in fact ade a mesre pa ne sa santeman ura o te kokoso on frɛ His Excellency John Dramani Mahama na dawro mani die kwanso a na me bomi mu ase pagya me mu ema ote kokoso on frɛ His Excellency John Dramani Mahama na on mano kokua mu asem enkancha ne se sa 40 no mo nye mistake eso obekọ 3 because keke sika no ewo ho biska bia no Kwame Agbaja se voter region ho an ko obekọ no 2 tier said you better test your post 2 tier 3 tier no aba ye ka tier e layers first layer, second layer, third layer, fourth layer. Tier na ye kano ase no. But the point is a Dientina former president no ye Nanado Danko Akufo-Addo mo etimi secure sa sika ni nyina no mo pese ekọ 4 tier no. Hwe tier ne ba ko ebi kura obehu ne nam Swami akwafa tafo pankro no. Traffic nipa dimu a amane a omuhunu wo tafo pankro no tier ne pragia. Na de pragia ne ye ne se na no meko Hello FM akokasa na ya praget nya block manimu nyina mi manimu dawo badada le no a blocking finfin nyina traffic achi na pragia for na jin finfin nyina afa then the mu yan say 20-year-old yi bantimi kura hu dem hu yan say me car no me obi a me koboko pew no da ho na me car no ke no down because I obstructing view me so kra me hu say ono so ba and so say me dwene road user no obi a ono so use road ni bi owo ho edwene ho na akobo no tie no purpose ne say ebi be fa layer ne ba ko nam ha na layer ne ba ko nam bi offense so na no so kɔ saa layer ne nam ne bia ba ko nam abu akwa na no so kɔ ne bia ba ko enso nam crofrom de na kɔ ntu behu na 4 layers no anya bia na kyese a easy saa traffic congestion na wo Asante region especially Kumasi na setafo wakunyame aboa no akoto China for ka ya bai gito T2 na se wo de kwa kɔfa tafo pankro no kwan so a pragia bi twi ho asɛ ne nyina ama wo abrawo nya sika mfɛntwi ama wo ya nya kra accident a isi wo ho enya de ketwa ade achi ade sabia nipa pra na ipra okoma Ponting hospital obatafo hospital obekɔ ne nipa someone ma pragia because pragia nka be hu se achirichiri te se nkurase na ekɔ eti layers na ye na ye tie no enu nti na ban ne dwene ho na okwa me agbagya nyame aboa honorable ne de tumi amawa na se obedwene Kumase fo ho a ade abeka nden se obe test ye pause 2 tier ana 2 layer afi de osan akoya wasan akɔ 3 tier enya adwuma
na de o incompetent regional minister
I'm telling you
ono no nim ni oye
no mo support odia support na unia o support so we NDC ni nti enya de be amoba ya de nkama nti mu betimi aya na Nuruddin Abbas si wo se mu betimi aya nkama anye hey, is that what you are telling the good people of what Ashanti? Ese yen no yen de nke betimi aya ka NPP fo ntimi anye o nwene Asante region ha wote no se layer na ekosobu nua bi problem watafo pankro no se tie ne ba ko kosob ekosobo sa ma ekro de no tie ne bi nam ha ekwa ha ekosobo problem we na so nkoye ne tutie ne de kagofo no be fa ba bi foforo ne akoye kwan obetum futuro de aguga
na de ye regional minister
mesre
because we no kapokwam regional minister was sorry sadie we na mu akwa din komo
mesre sa santema wura the king ono kwa na ye king constitution no kra kire so ono kwa na ye king mesre ne se we die onto ne nsam fra his excellency John Dramani Mahama ewo kokoam no nkasa nkire ne se mesrom ma me 40 na enkoso na me manfo so ho ntom eno ma no asi ho na yemra daman western region obi anim se goldfields obi anim se free South Africa eho na originative friend omo de omaji wiase nyina gold de aboso a omutuo oma betu yemai gold a de ahye omo nsa ema omutua tax esan magana tax no kra na 3% a omutua magana Ghana banje tax and your friend GSL growth sustainability sustainability levy a mutua 3%. Nanu ya ban person ye create loot and share enti no mo pese nipa ba ko for eno so source enipa ba ko ebefa gold ndaman gold na oba betuo ni enti no parliament akotena se we reduce ese or the royalties e kosoro said the gold ne price na ekosora na royalties ne so increase eteba na royalties so eso ati abafom enti enam sa de na ode ben enti or tax no so ama omo de free 3% e de aba 1%. What was the rationale behind it? His Excellency John Dramani Mahama plan a oya ne say me woni pa bia me mana beto sa Daman Goldfield no because already e di kan de you see Honorable Ibrahim Mahama Oto Ghana gold na boni bi eni mo ye Ghana ni but the tiene say biemu enko parliament biemu fa betu dwa publish obi a wo interest wo mu bia onfa ne pe emfamra ye wie ne say his excellency the president ni nua no Ibrahim Mahama ana ebekwa akoda no so say ye mfama no a na ye de ama no ye mpre ye ho enko parliament emma ye wododo enti no tax Ghana benya ye growth sustainability levy yen konkote so ne akwakote so free 3% de aba 1% knowing very well ese ye danya Ibrahim Mahama and ye this good ne be man nti yen tax na so na easy bed ne fama no hwe aban de ko transition no say April ya 2025 Daman gold mines at western region no ayi we own renew license ni biemu ma no ento on farm gold fields fine wo Jeffrey Goldfields nsema wo de be ma the good people of Ghana obi ani che ho biemu enye ura Ibrahim Mahama nkwa na to gold onu nso nya eye because ura Ibrahim Mahama oye Ghana ni oye mpuntujuma wo Ghana enti onya eye kama biemu ma obi a bidin na obi a mbra emehwe se onu so ahoɔden betimi a keke ahoɔden betimi atobia lawyer Evans Osebo nso betimi atobia honorable betimi atobia no no nso so akpa se meje enti be renew license na also renew ma omo biem waje eni aban ya adwene unji wie ya And I say for smooth transition, send your mabit makoso ye nintino. What's our shift call 2026, which is 18th April 2026. Anna obeje free woman sam kra and to monhwe so be 1 year. Uwie ye ntempe na mako my fast call parliament and am some word do nti. Mako reduce sa growth sustainability levy no e dey free 3% e dey about 1%. What is the rationale behind it? So go feels etua tax de my na your royalties so kra sa akosoro 3% no wo sa akote so am 1% say the go feels ayeye enya sika wo wiase nyina ama South Africa company na develop no e dey enti na wo sa akote so dey about 1%. The rationale behind it say His Excellency John Dramani Mahama knew very well sa ade no ye kwa ya ye pese ade ma Ibrahim Mahama enti ye better so na san easy na burden financial burden a obe face ni say de be ya obetimi atunu funya no anya ne bebre because enya nwanwa say bra na owo opposition oba be free so ne first na odi kan ba no wode ka ayi babia ni honom na ye babia ni bauxite anko de mani nua no. It took the intervention of the new government, that MPP. So mutimi buy on Beje.
The original minister, they are comparing him with this today. The
original minister. And Muachino, almost say we na Zuma so Edia red voter and also the Amano. And your name say all started that my western region. You go fields they are not so bad money no. ABM and Untino catch parliamentarians and 10 monko reduce tax no. And the Ghana tax 3% that's on a year not tax and so as growth and sustainability levy. I'm not saying
lithium
yes. And on just say be a tax or other taxes if you go for say Jumadi no mudi or damai. But that 3% now they about 1%, 1% yen fanya just because we cast a royalties be almost 20. And the bear rational dating a war that go fields at 3%. No, there is a search in what royalties no yes to not on so more. And now we free woman some day by Bema Union there and at the end time so I'm a parliamentarian yeah omuna to 3%. I'm a minister they are about 1%. It did make a chance say it says
but what's the import of this letter? Now I'm a Krata on Kalbesadia to so the amame also they moves to safeguard jobs and sustain operations as the mine lease nears expiry. The Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources informs the public that the Daman mining lease held by Abosu Goldfields Limited, a subsidiary of Goldfields Limited, expires on 18th April 2026 after a 1-year extension.
Yes.
Government firmly believes that the Damai mine remains a key national asset that can continue contributing significantly to Ghana's gold production, export earnings and employment. Also, to ensure continuity after the lease expires, government has initiated measures to safeguard jobs, maintain service contracts and reassure stakeholders. These steps form part of efforts to secure a credible investor and operator through a competitive bidding process, ensuring the mine's continued contribution to national development and advancing long-term Ghanaian-centered ownership and investment. As government advances this transition, it remains committed to ensuring that the mine continues to deliver lasting value for the host communities and the nation at large. The ministry reiterates its dedication to transparency and responsible stewardship through this process and look forward to ushering in a new chapter for the mine, the one that strengthens Ghana's mining sector and reinforces government's broader vision for sustainable Ghanaian-driven growth while preserving the country's strong reputation as a leading destination for responsible foreign investment. What does this mean to you?
So, I say the American, till what the kind, I can't catch the go feel say, more license me renew man be major Magana for. My license never expire 2025. No, I'm on extension. Extension equal 18th April 2026 for smooth transition. So the buyer a bit me there maybe to 2 years. Now what me aje adene de amagana for. Now we have certain paragraphs be the all can say obe deliver ama aboa the host communities, the host communities and the entire country at large. At that time, no. na tax that's one unkote tax ni so no mutu asa growth and sustainability levy no 3% no mugusutua. Then what's happening after on just March year 2026 parliament a convene no matimi akotena se ate tax no so de aba obeja magana for a fine yenim se Ghana for nyina na de be ma o ma mane nkoye beden afi we ye sham almost said that normal stadium because minority no say so obomochi ese because she gwa kwema underground work transfer sad de ama Ibrahim Mahama.
It's a Goldfield Stratfield say EMP and say
that is so. Yes,
from 1997 almost obey the first African Arabia whatever
that is so. Etinam so omo kanana no de na bra His Excellency John Dramani Mahama because family na busunya create loot and share de be mo monintim and time you reduce no you wie na minority status o mu bo aban na chi no afi de o de krata we abetuja. But let me tell you, I'm telling you, because baby and new oil, sorry, minerals. Baby a boom, baby a minerals war. I wanna Ibrahim Mahama and in fact, say we need the manual and I bet no a conny favor and hame. But the point is, Sabed and I was so with me, yeah, money, yeah, fair, equity, pay. What I said because no one a pay minerals. You will need probably buy one may more. Omuna so pay minerals. One point to me. Minerals. Pay minerals. I want a new war. And young one was a baby any no water box site the amani miano. It will rub Mahama baby and any a mineral because a young one was a day or Rasami Gemfi and Nakwakoto good nano or ya the guy Ibrahim Mahama and a boy. The first Land Cruiser in Yama, I atesamo and Indian fine. A whole Land Cruiser near so democracy or Ibrahim Mahama and Tomano beginning. No, I know more opposition. No, I atesam no mete and tell the mini proof. A whole Land Cruiser be it, I say, why you say or no, and I told the man. And to one yadina coho, Tiadina coho nano, ne a sabwa, benefit in a Sakoma Mahama in Nabusia. And a family and friends create loot Mahama every 3% about 1%. 3% tax net that's one. A be develop various communities no. I didn't think about 1%.
Mate. Basa aba winchebio. Honorable Memra winchebio say be able comment to we one answer obeko other matters. But I don't know. Maybe I say about we know what does this letter mean to you?
What was it?
No,
sham. Let away.
And I don't beach now how it works. You bet to be so idea no more catch up for some making sure
now who will lower the hammer? Or by the lower hammer no. I'm a water I didn't know the card in the one or the other command 20,000 now we have my 30,000 not 20 now but no sa ba obo so obeya no wa ma de peso aketu bia ba obo so about 9 wa lower hammer no do we yan say afi the oshinia ne de ama away sham we letter away a minister no president Mahama de aba sham enkosi awie no na Ibrahim Mahama
still Ibrahim
Mahama family
anu be tie we
keke wa hu say enkrofo wi I say a KJT akrofo bo say o pai krofo no konfo obo no na to botom ndi say wan hwe yi a wo ko tu akwase obi no ko krofo no pai krofo no krofo na kwakoto botom sa no mote enti ansana omo nka se wo no o ka say ye beto aba omo kofa book wi omo say japade omo say akufu ado no na busuamfo ahye say the man in the next 100 years omo take over omo gigo do wo omo tom bibia no ti say these people and omo can say mo nyina even omo ye ya the gold na onim say book no omo wo various versions na ye soft copy ndi say ade si na omo akoye de quickly na omo de ahyem ntu be kwa kan no na ade no ho be ka say ade yankofu kan ye no kre but there be no more editing.
But honestly, Emmanuel Amakofi was serious. Or your concert man, papa. Be it's a lithium gig. I tell you what around.
And no.
And where I go for baby boom, yes, agents.
Me say, a settings. And or more yes, Adenana at the end of the day, no, ye the Adenama EMP Ibrahim Mahama. We say, me can say, what we say, Bakunoa or Mwenya, Ewin Hindiana lawyer can answer no. It took the intervention of the regional minister then, Samuel Semenza, ɛna ɔma ɔmo kye cars ni nyinaa si hɔ sɛ da yɛnte ase enka nyina hini bauxite nke kɔ ya kyɛ ɔmo aturu nyina ɛbra na yakɔ kyerɛ na yɛne Chinafoɔ yɛ negotiation sɛ yɛpɛ kwan a yɛbɛtumi ama ɔmo abetu yɛ bauxite bi na ɔmo nso abɛyɛ yɛ akwan de aman ɛno ɔmo de bi yɛ akwan bebree o ukɔ Cape Kusuma ina rules ɔmo yɛ nyinaa na yɛ ade a ɛno na yɛde yɛ ukɔ sunwan mo ne breku mu na aban no guso a na ɔmo yɛ saa sano hydro projects bi ni nyinaa na yɛ bauxite na ɛna fufia ntoata yɛ kɔ IMF na IMF de tabo to so nti amasa akwa no bebree aka ho enti me de kwa na ma adwe mu sɛ bi te sɛ sunwan ukɔ sunwan a Berlin top akwan a mo yɛ no hɔ a ɔmo yɛ drains ni nyinaa wie o ya aka sɛ nkɔm ɛfa Berlin top of free pe run about saa bepie technical university run about na nka ya wie aka sɛ ɔmo de kota begu so ɛna IMF conditionality sɛ ba ukɔ takrade a ɛna na ɔmo de yɛ takrade interchange ɛno bi ne ɔmo de yɛ Tamale first interchange in Tamale enti nkɔmo ba yɛ kura saa nneɛma yɛ kwame governance agbogya ɔkyekyɛ akwan te sɛ deɛ ɔkyekyɛ kalewele wɔ market no ɛsɛ nkɔtumi yɛ saa akwan mu nyinaa ɛfiri hɔ man ɔmo so ɔmo yɛ foforo duru sunya ɔmo so ɔmo yɛ outer road ɛna ɔmo agya wei hɔ na ɔmo akɔ create new one because of procurement purposes sɛ ɔmo nyɛ sika gu ɔmo bɔtɔm enti nkrɔfo esuban a ɔmo wɔ mu no saa adeɛ wɔ yɛ alete wei a ama kofi bu atwerɛ no yɛ sɛ nipa no yɛka ho nsɛm ama yɛ bɔmu gya ɛna yɛka kyerɛ sɛ look deɛ wɔyɛ no wanhwɛ yi a Ibrahim no ɔɔ create asɛm ama no in future ini kyerɛ sɛ na ɔmo deny ama last week kra no ɔmo de letter ba bɛka kyerɛ sɛ EMP Ibrahim Mahamana kra no Abu Jinapɔ 2024 ɛna ɔde saa concession no de ma no ɛna ɔgye ma no mi wa anya saa ne te ɛnɛ ade a na yɛde ama Ibrahim Mahamana ɛdɛ na nne mo asan bɛtwerɛ letter aka kyerɛ sɛ afei na mbɛyɛ competitive bidding mo se na Abu Jinapɔ de ama EMP Ibrahim Mahama ɛso ɛnɛ mo de letter aba sɛ afei na yɛbɛyɛ competitive bidding ne yɛ man nkrɔfo kwan obi a ɔyɛ interested bi abɛbɛdi bi na wokɔ bidi bi a menu ya tender documents no menkɔtɔ wokɔtɔ a ɛyɛ mere formality de obenya no wɔ hɔ dada nti wotɔ a usika kɔ because yadodɔ ho awie ɛyɛ afuo ɛna yadodɔ bibi awie ne yɛhu nipa ɛde ma no
ti obi abɛtumi akɔ bedi
yɛbɛma wo ntumi akɔtɔ bi
yɛbɛma wo ntumi
normal say that blocking account nyina sɛ bɛyɛ a wonya bi ntɔ
yɛbɛma bosi a wɔna akɔtɔ tender document no bi na ɔno so abede ne yɛhwɛ sɛ ɔmbɛfi no na ɔmo de ama na enti we de keke yɛnka ma no ɛyɛ scam sɛ the lawyer kan no ɛyɛ settings ɔmo yɛ just do something to represent something na nkrofo hu sɛ wo yɛ ade bi a transparency wom but yɛ de ama Ibrahim awie sɛ de ɔmo yɛ adentina woni nkwan afa so a wonya voter one no ɔhyɛ aseɛ sɛ ɔpɛ saa ade no na ɛnyɛ ne o sika ɛsɛ otumi raise no $100 million no wanya da ne bra bɛyɛ president sika one na ɔmo de atofo sen kɔ West African Bank ɔkɔyɛ board apɛ ɛna apply through that system ɛna ɔmo man $100 million no ɛna ɔde kɔgye nti sɛ ɔno gold ɔmo se billions of dollars ɛhyehyɛ fam hɔ ɔno nko a ɔne n'abusuafo de a ɔmo afa nti nsɛm a na ɔmo kasa Akufo Addo ɛne n'aban no ɛna ɔmo yɛ japadeɛ nneɛma no saa ɔmo na ɔmo yɛ nkyɛnifo nko a tizie no yɛ minerals no sɛ yɛ nya brɛ na mekyɛw a sector na minerals na ɛwɔ hɔ no yɛ ɔmo gold board ɔmo yɛ adase na ɔyɛ adwuma ma Ibrahim Dada ɛna na akɔ ha anase na ɔyɛ associated with this na ɛna na akɔ nti saa sector hɔ de nyinaa Ibrahim Mahama ne John Mahama nkrɔfo nko ɔmo afa ntu yɛ ho hwɛ nyi Ghana for na ɔmo fi sɛ ade papa bi wɔ baabi a John Mahama ne nkrɔfo bɛ ɛne yɛ nɛ they've taken over and ɔbɛduru baabi no sika ɔmo bɛnya no ɔmo bɛtɔ na ɔmo try to sɛ ɔmo nya enti sɛ na ɔmo kantina meka sɛ ɔmo behavior and sɛ kejiti akrɔmfo ɔno pae krɔmfo no ɔno wato bɔtɔ no ɛna ɔpɛ baabi afa enti deɛ na ɔmo sɛ Akufo Addo na busuafo sɛ ɔbɛka sɛ John Mahama ka sɛ Akufo Addo sɛ ɔyɛ old enough nti ɔmfa sika anyɛ hwee ɔno nkɔ wie sika ɔsɛ ɔno nkɔ yi ɔnkɔ fa sika na mu no na busuafo wie sika no de ma no enti ɛnɛ what has he nyɛ the same thing nti ne bra ɔno ankasa John Mahama no nkɔ na busuafo na ɔmo sɛ ɔmo wie sika na ɔmo de ma no ɔmo afa yɛ gold ne yɛ minerals nyina enti sɛ yɛnyɛ na Simon sɛ mensa gye nyina hi box atifiri ne nsɛma nke no so ka ne ho na no kra sise baabi a yaduri because wohwɛ the period that John Mahama sign letter na ode man no 26 December 2016 na ya to aba wi a obe hand over 7 January e no yes ade no enti ye mom pa se aja mfie miensa ka animi se wansan magye amfa ama no de a na na ebini se osan gye anyina hinfo no omuduru o kwan fa so obeturu o bakwa kutu no o ma yahwe
what can say ne or support to Black Stars. Yeah, you see. Oh, Buagana. Oh, yeah, son of the land.
Now, Keke. Now, why the Nyasa Niama will be out to me the way or ye? What didn't be?
Social responsibility.
Because I 5 million mutual you. What me?
What is money to a cockroach?
17 million US dollars. Play. What a year fell saying I would them to me Jared was so come on. Now I prepare what do I know so ya ben quine will play go to me ya ben quine come. Now who know I want to be Black Star 5 million.
But
what's your 5 million?
Eti Manuama Kofibua or say competitive bidding. Why? Why are we interested in Ube to be a Obeko to Ibrahim, the likes of Ibrahim Hamanum, what you muna competitive bidding. Now, ya lay hands, ya bompire gusuna, wako wini ede Amagana. Why? A free 1997, the Obesubuno, see Obe first African, just or no other Obe controller. I don't think say to be any other person aside Ibrahim Hamanum. Now,
you cry, what was it? Ade we ne duru ba ya na ehame no mo se the so called neutrals yi na duru ba na mo ho ma ayi no mo se ye ma Ghana for no ankasa take over our mining sector yes na mo ka enti Ibrahim take ya say onye ebone bia adentire na wuntumi de oye mine na omo so ro de wotwa efen say wotwa nkrofo nyina su e wo wi ase adentia
Ohio State Minister, it belongs to the good people of Ghana. So already the 1992 Constitution of the Republic of Ghana, it does not belong to a certain family. What you see, the state minerals, no, it does not belong to a mineral, no, it does not belong to a certain family, but it belongs to the good people of Ghana, state mineral. And they say, oh yeah, by now we just state mineral now. You don't take it and give it to your family, and you will boost your because you are holding it in trust and on behalf of what? The good people of Ghana. It is a Ghana for now. That is what the 1992 Constitution of the Republic of Ghana stipulates. It won't be mamefa. Now, there is nowhere in the provision of the 1992 Constitution which says that the state minerals belongs to the president's or family or relatives or family and friends. It says the good people of Ghana. So the good people of Ghana, they are. Adentina. So what the red voter man or they are. Onfa. Sa Idamai and many powerful. Or why do you want to give it to Ibrahim Mahama alone? These are the questions
you don't have the might. You don't have the might.
Oh, so is he the only person or might? No?
Oh, you don't have the might. Yes, I want to be a you good. Now, just a Ghana for whom children no or no yet the Juno. Want to be a you good Ghana and TV. Beperman ne and I want to be ye good with TV and people for crack heavy and obey ye good in your loosey. And then Ibrahim Mahama wakoto jetu and then a company in every Ghana would to be gold and then you'll be a gold or no one about the Brian and Juma or your minor before 2016 and then a Juma or you on one gold TV so your TV and then Ibrahim Mahama akoto jet private jet so no one there but I don't know the Obia CSOs because Ghana a commonwealth 12 free will be a water yate. And then physically challenged for one and the demonstration, they are cranky and TV. And then physically challenged, disabled for demonstration. But President and I say Ibrahim Mahama, Akoto private jet, and only the Ghana D would to media, young crucified. Sir, Yankoya the man, Yabakoya the bench, ye a year. No see I see about 6, but men come for a year seahorse, ultra coolant, and farmer, and then a yumre. Now seahorse ultra coolant no, we are dropping here over to me a Kwaku baby, a go cam. Now seahorse ultra coolant no, a bois a ye overheating a free ho, overheating a protector yellow cano and Manon winner engine life no be a year. Kama enti kona kope eye seahorse ultra cool coolant ni bi egu okemu ubetumi afro mahomatrofo so number ye 0544 133 169 0544 133 169 and 0244 559 mebre no class Nkansah nche gasto betnase na bia makoda nana ej Francis ej ayubre be say Francis ej call for youth organizer ewo bosume frehu constituency ho enche da ye to aba nana ej ej of Wuntumi TV call for a youth organizer nana ej FNA Francis Nanaje call for youth organizer na never who say Nanaje yet away bosume frɛ ho omo youth to subri so awia so dumachi hwima se tebeso besia se binti nsuayemu number 2 nsuayemu number 1 yo enti edro hodoma bosume frɛ ho for oya brantie kama Republic no the picture I get the shots the club tea a brand here papa I just all call for youth organizer na Makai Francis AJ and AJ no na matu Eddie Amano lawyer Gasto yatra say be able to be asked by 2 minutes or 3 be at best
can't read registration as in fact MPP wo dwumade bebre na target ni should be a communication team all regions your communication team. They said the America aboaje no moye no said the betima expose NDC and na betima me anya vote mo ba memra registration shall say free Professor Moss Penso 2010 aban bia ba no aye registration aban bia ba no aye registration yes started our registration of some cards free Professor Moss Penso somewhere
and no some cards and they NIA na nkomo attempt so omo ebeye and then one could see I don't say be a some cards there the mombo about I'm so me registration some cards
so me registration if you are ba president ayabe bi nanado just say omunyina obia ye na registration but keke on say ni nyina mu no anya registration na yo network na enya adwuma no de eno de ye my identity minister no Sam George on ka say network no ho de ohwe na network na gina na aye adwuma so wetima ye call nipa ni gina on chen house switch off that bia switch off on out of coverage area ho de omo nhwe ana me ye mobile money network na be rotate sa enko ana me nsen ho de die nti na ohwe so obo so omo ye registration na nim say sikadie bi be koso so we are fast na say wo ma wa adwene komu a enhwe the negative positive aspect no nko a hwe say sika say na ye say no wo registration no ho ne ade e wo say udi ka busa say minister nso obeye sa ade na ka say na ye bebo na sika say na Ghana be spend wo registration no eno ne ade e wo say busa ade na minister no one say sika na improve the network system before and na later registration be ba aba. These are the questions I'm Ghana for. Eso mo bebusa because of emrenin. Yo,
honorable, yeah, sorry na Sam George. Stubborn boys, stubborn academy. I mean register me there, me register me show on the first ni omo be here and the same person the oba be catch say call register.
Omo academy ye be university.
Yo.
And this academy for no entumi ama ye hunu say me hear the video we know say still on register na chere ko register ya bra na ye no say onye register
e kwan on be pass on be yire free so ana on be dum na
e say akeka bensem hwe ene ahomaso ene de na duro bi e de na duro
Ghana for so on fa na me press
me nura me post o mo say no press Mahou ne fly back home, say 54% of Ghanaians think sanitary pad no distribution is better than free.
Okay, yo.
And I was the a hand tiny Homaswa Sam George year no my own for the last 8 years and MPP are buying more power. And I didn't do baby agree. Once he say Obenya, Nkopese already Ghana for behind him. Nanka ye tumi abuana ma de oye no. He's finding it difficult because of the oye. say what ministers if you are more initiative say ba obo say obi a support because of their behavior but who posture and behavior and their ma we now young guys are no can work up say yeah stubborn academy member of parliament then he was a member of parliament and now yes I never win and ne we see yen ko register and then they would say Ghana for yen ko register
Saturday no crowd Mr. Kodi akoso ya be no said me peace I'm a peaceful man now then I no crowd we are peaceful ebuabo
fidiechi abo ni sunko ejare so ni sunko and na man eduru ba bi eduru no enti ye mu bidie ya adwene say ade na ye no say data na ye kura no enye accurate we have a way of sanitizing the situation and yes yes akodi live so akoye registration foforo we o say almost say yentua hwe wana ka che wo adomo say betumi aye online na online no me register me network me for month me credit na me credit na me say 5-6 kwa me ya me ntua hwe enti dia se no person ka che no yentumi ko spend this can ko say adwuma no bi enti omra bi because me matie no he has not convinced me me who the enti a wa convince say me san ko
registration sa est usukwa be ma be kire say ade no o ma
me say me fie ba bi a me tin keke eduru ba bi a internet no kwa wunya wo pese wo kwa WhatsApp kwa wutumi send message na di be de onenko e ho ana bo afum ba ko TikTok video kwa de wo kwa bu
ade no improve network
enti enkrofo afọ mo ho di abra ya to data yentumi fanya adwuma e we na so no wo de ko gingam DSTV fo se wo betiti DSTV to asema brante we kan okroma obo oduru ko so be close to DSTV no
na broni obe fa Russia fi wan kan chese broni obe che no obe ye ni say na ekosi sai man kan mentra kan chese we di wo mu firi wo ko
ya tin se mo fi no ya for me omu tu sabi o
because so huni se wo jina da kam na me cross examine wo e wo se mi body nti wo se mi body
ubodi say me eti ono abo for the father gas to class
Sam George yes no problem no nya convince me because DSTV for the cooking down mo want to be no more for so be pa mo Africa na crap me wa say Nigeria for the obutua no cheaper than that me wa abare na was tax no dey gu omo so and no pass tax no on to we the consumers enti wa bo so pa you tax component if you so na be form we abai wetin we enu bi say one city on a full is say for omugusu and maybe I do say
one city 95
next window no by me e person akosoro bi enti omo hwe na omo ntete sa tax no omo dey free so na ye honton ye
better say lawyer Evans so say Bonsu
abam papa
Bahama is the all right biadabujina ase na ansa de bekono gasto mixture Mensoplax mixture Prostaplax mixture and then a nature medics consult for it nasi omoni e babidin kobokakra right after that the news update at 6 since I dear Felix ewa hado and ayubre opening me ma kwa ba
ya ejo
na ho ye de
nyankopon adom me ho ye pa
ya abjuma mboko
o nyankopon adom
ye da ya bi ase yanko ye me
yo opanyin kese medawase ye pa edin kan medincha kese free nature medics aso e bro bibiara na eye